All right, read 516. This is it, part 4 of week 5. All right, so we talked about evaluating word recognition and decoding. Um, so we're going to focus on the running record for practicum student 1 as one of the ways we can do that. There's the miscue analysis for the middle and the high school grade students that they talked about in your text. And then open and closed word sorts help you do that as well. So why are word recognition tasks so important, right? Well, fluency assessments involving word recognition, real words, are a much better measure of progress than timed reading of nonsense words. So, remember we talked about how nonsense words really could help them focus on those decoding skills because they couldn't use anything else other than decoding to figure out what those nonsense words are. Well, giving them those running record type where they're the fluency assessment and they actually have to read those words in context as you time them, give you give you an idea of how well they have those words committed to memory, right? And then you enhance that even more by actually doing the running record of that reading as they do it. If you're going to have them doing time reading, you might as well write down the mistakes that they're making, right? So that's a big difference between the running record and the timed fluency assessment too, which I guess I didn't emphasize, is that when you're doing the fluency piece, you're trying to time it, right? When you do a running record, they don't necessarily have a certain amount of time that they have to read it in, although if they're not reading it fluently at all, you eventually stop it because they can't just continue to struggle, for 10 minutes or so with it. But if you're giving them that time fluency piece, there's no reason you can't be making note of the actual mistakes that they're making during it. So it's going to give you that better measure. And then performance on word recognition tasks is a stronger predictor of reading comprehension than their ability to decode. Again, so it really emphasizes that automaticity piece. You can't just have the skills to sound out words because there's lots of words you can't sound out, and then even those words that you can decode, if you have to read fluently and you have to read at a good pace in order to have good comprehension. And even if you've got great decoding skills, you don't want to spend time decoding when you're reading because that's taking away from the other cognitive processes that you need to engage in order to understand what you're reading. So that sight word piece is so key. And remember, when we talk about sight word store, we're talking about, of course, those irregular and high frequency words, but we're also talking about those decodable words that they have committed to memory, right? They're not wasting any cognitive energy on these words. Multisyllabic word reading, we're not going to spend tons of time here. We're going to, more of it will come with part 2 when you work with the older student. So that phonics instruction gives kids the basic tools, but in the upper grades, they really need more support in attacking those multisyllabic words, right? So they've got to have the phonics basics down, of course, in order to be able to do that. And that's when you can really get into teaching syllabification and teaching morphology. And those are skills that help students when they get to that stage. And then we've got lots of assessments that are available for you to use when we want to analyze their, ability to use word structure and multisyllabic words. All right, so for you to end this week and to launch you into your work, I included that little starfish video. So I don't know if you are familiar with it, but something, if you are not, something just quick and motivational and inspirational to keep you going and to think about why we spend all this time, or why you should be spending all of this time doing assessments like this with students who need your help. All right, well, have a great week. I will let you go ahead and watch that video on your own. I guess I could actually watch it through here, right? There we go. Although the sound quality will probably be bad too. Oh no, forget it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stop you here. You can watch it on the link through the PowerPoint. I forgot that my screen size is too small. All right. Well, you have a great week.